board's broadest and boldest work is our legislative initiative. Park strategies, although expensive, it will bear fruit. One, getting an ear in the governor's office was imperative to the way that we do business, and it has already benefited us. On one occasion, we called the governor on a Monday, and we were granted a meeting the following day. Several times we have met with him regarding various issues of concern to Madison County. Another facet of this networking is meeting with different state department heads on grants and learning what is available, how to apply for them, and what they are looking for, and the applications they receive, and letting Albany know Madison County has innovative thinkers moving way ahead of the curve. This relationship is very unique. We want our own state and local representatives to utilize PARK in ways that will mutually benefit both Madison County and themselves. 2008 has seen improvements in relationships with the Oneida Indian Nation. Our unions and the board have also built better relationships. Our employees, who we feel that are the best in the state, also have had improved relationships with our board. We saw the retirement of our county assistant to the chairman, and this board has changed the job to the county administrator who answers to the board, not just to the chairman. We have seen our prospects for growth expand with an additional $70 million in new construction alone in 2008. Enhanced emphasis placed in the rural nature of Madison County 2 years ago. We hired Becker, Rosenfield, now Jablonski because she's married, as agriculture economic development specialist to help our struggling farmers. It has paid off tremendously with benefits such as the $99,900 grant from the AED revolving loan program. Working closely with other members of our Center for Economic Excellence, such as Madison County's IDA staff, our economic development team is well poised for future projects. The budget for 2008 was a challenge that this board successfully stepped up to the plate and tackled. And an increase of less than 1% in county spending, we feel good about the spending plan put forward by our budget office. The net result was a 23-cent tax decrease on properties assessed at 100% of value. Continued implementation of the Pay for Performance Initiative, which also has gone a lot smoother than originally thought. That was started 2 years ago. The county clerk's office has served more than 144,757 customers in 2008. The clerk's office also has received a $100,000 grant to organize, digitize, and protect Madison County's records stored in remote storage. Our radio communication project is moving well ahead of schedule. Challenges in 2008 were beginning to haunt us at mid-year as the financial crisis across the country took hold. Gas and utility prices peaked. One of the biggest indicators for us was the activity at the Department of Social Services. Food stamp applications were up 27%. 750 additional families over the previous year applied. There are about 8,000 families enrolled in the HEAP program, with 1,000 new ones last year alone. 150 of those new customers have never applied before for any county services. Also, Medicaid has 8,400 people on its rolls, a staggering 12% of our county's population. The cap on this program was one of the greatest legislative achievements of previous tours. Not-for-profits such as Community Action Partnership and the Office for the Aged have helped greatly take the burden off the county. 2009. As we go through this year, we will have to be vigilant on how our budget is going out. A budget increase of 0 or less than the rate of inflation should be one goal going into 2010, and no increase in employee headcount should be another. These are changing times, and change is necessary, not only in our government, but also in our society and culture. Higher taxes do not necessarily mean your representatives are wasting money. To combat unemployment, jobs must be developed in the area, And this may mean we invest in economic development initiatives. People ask, why aren't my roads clear? Why county offices aren't open longer? Why the sheriff does not take on more police work around the county? These are all good questions, but all of them will take resources. The same is true at the state level. There are children without health insurance. People are going hungry or without heat, and fewer scholarships available for lower income college students. All of these are legitimate needs and require a great deal of capital. We need to take an honest look at what is needed versus what is wanted. What can we do to better afford what is needed? This board understands this, but some things are out of our control. Steep hikes in Medicaid drove up tax rate for years. Now there is a cap, and the state is talking about powering the cap back, which will push the burden back onto the county shoulders. That is considerable when there are 8,400 people enrolled in the Medicaid program in Madison County. There is talk of mandate relief along with the economic stimulus package expected to roll out in the next few weeks. Only time will tell whether that happens. Our new county administrator, who I am personally proud to have in that position, Paul Miller, has a number of tasks ahead of him. At the top of the list is a comprehensive fleet evaluation. His research will help develop a comprehensive program of consolidation, streamlined preventive maintenance measures for vehicles. We want to reduce the number of cars purchased, insured, maintained, and repaired by the county, all at a considerable expense to our taxpayers. This board will look at our energy as a resource in 2009. Our recently repopulated Public Services Utilities Committee will research how we can get less expensive power here in Madison County. That move would help us complete in attracting new business and retaining existing businesses. This committee, headed by Russ Carey, is collaborating with Morrisville State College to look at school lunch trays manufactured from potato starch. These biodegradable trays ideally will be made from locally grown potatoes and sold downstate, then composted with other organic materials helping energy and fertilizer to help create more of this product. This project is in its ideal form would help our farmers by increasing their demand for crops. Finally, on the Native American affairs. Our approach thus far has been to reach out to our neighbors while looking for help from the state and federal level governments to come to some resolution. Around mid-year, after disappointingly little interaction with the Oneidas, we decided to take on the dual-track approach, litigation, which can be dropped at any time, in the pursuit of legislation. The legislation we seek would come in the form of making the counties and other municipalities whole for any land that goes into trust. This is where consensus building across the aisle will be of the utmost importance. We can sit at the table anytime with anyone who wants to in order to resolve the situation. The door is always open. In another area where our legislative consultants can be helpful, it is important to keep all these strengths and challenges in mind as we go about making the day-to-day decisions required to operate this town. I promised you last year that we were going to try new things. Some of them would work and some of them wouldn't. We have seen some great successes in some areas, and we are working to fine-tune others where performance was less dynamic. Our work is a work in progress. I'd like to thank you for allowing us to do that work for you, our taxpayers and our customers of Madison County. And I thank you for being here today to hear our vision for the next year.